immigrants, there are going to be the next group that are going to be the majority in this country, and they're trying to stop that. This is what, and Donald Trump understands this. He understands. So all of you immigrants who believe that that black people can be in some kind of way deported, you need to read the Constitution. You have to understand that black and YT people will not be deported in this country. There are some Native Americans being deported. Did you know that? There are some Native Americans that are being deported before us. Because they're not in the Constitution. They're not in the Constitution. We are the only people that they cannot touch like this. And y'all fail to understand this. And now I understand why there's so much hurt and so much pain and so much divide, so much angry people when it comes to when I see.
If poor people were lazy, America would have collapsed a long time ago. Who's cooking your food? Who's driving your deliveries? Who's watching your children? Who's cleaning your buildings? Who's detailing your car? Who's picking up your trash? Poor and working class people run this country every single day. And they do it while working double shifts, juggling side hustles, and raising families. There is nothing lazy about surviving a system that is built to crush you. Funny thing is, it's the lazy billionaires sitting on yachts calling you and me the lazy ones. To that, I always say, miss me with that nonsense. Tag somebody you know that needs to hear this and comment below, we built this. If you are proud of what real people make happen in America every day.
Black people in America, I need you to hear me. As a Black American, I need you to understand that our ancestors have built this country brick by brick. Blood, sweat, and tears went into building this country. Yet when we look around, we are less than 1% of the land, the businesses, everything. Yet we are the biggest consumers of a lot of these businesses. We have paved the way. Our ancestors have died just so we can be free. Yet other people are thriving off of American resources, and we have nothing. Do y'all understand that we have nothing? And yet we're still not seen, not respected by everybody who's coming here and thriving off a foundation that our ancestors died over and built. Do y'all understand that? We are literally the blueprint of a lot of the culture, a lot of the influence. We need to protect, rebuild, and reclaim what's ours. We are not a trend, we are the foundation. Yet people try to give us crumbs. We have nothing, guys. Yet we open up America so all these other countries, all other Africans, all other ethnicities can thrive. And we are less than 1% and we don't have anything. And we constantly spend our money with all these other corporations that don't benefit the Black community. I think you guys, we really need to figure this out. This should make you angry that our ancestors built all this shit, yet we still don't have shit. We don't have shit. And a lot of Black people are constantly trying to prove that they have money, spending money with these big corporations. We still don't have land. We still don't have a bunch of shit. And I'm not discrediting a lot of the Black people who do have things, but we're not the majority. Look at the statistics. Look at the rate. Our ancestors built this shit. Blood, sweat, and tears. They've died. And we've paved the way for so many other people to come here and thrive, and we don't have anything. You guys need to wake up. And it's been on my heart heavy, so I had to make a video about it. There are more, just looking at the Amanda Seals video, there are a lot of Black people in America who think that Black people don't amount to anything in our own communities, and it's not our fault. But we have to stick together, guys, and there's a revolution that needs to come about because our ancestors built this shit, and we don't have shit. We don't have shit.
Well, guys, welcome back to this channel. I hope you are all doing good. Black Americans can't be erased. Black Americans, they cannot be silenced. They cannot even be written out of history. Why? This is because Black Americans are the backbone of America. They built America from the ground up with blood, their sweat, and also sacrifice, yet rarely receiving the recognition that they deserve. From slavery, Jim Crow, and systemic racism to cultural innovation and shaping global trends, We know, guys, Black Americans have always been at the forefront of building and defining America. So that is why in this video I was able to roll up these clips, because when I was going online I found this very much interesting to share it with you. This video therefore dives into the truth that many try to hide. Without Black Americans, there would be no America as we know it. So guys, continue watching, listen and share this powerful message. Comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think America will ever give Black Americans their full credit? So guys, let's get into these clips. I'll be coming back with more commentaries.
I used to get on this app to empower and teach. But today, these anti-Black folks is pissing me off. Dear whoever this applies to, and if it ain't you, peace and blessing. I need y'all to listen because I'm tired of this conversation and I'm tired of the disrespect. For the past 6 or 7 months, I keep hearing the same rhetoric over and over. Black Americans shouldn't be resting. We're not helping. And the one that's really pissing me off, they coming for y'all next. Baby, the audacity. Because while they're busy screaming, they're coming for you all next, Black Americans have never stopped being the target. Baby, we've never had a break. Black women have been screaming from the rooftops. We're under attack. Black men unalived in the streets like dogs. Our children missing. Our girls adultified and tossed around like rag dolls. All of this and more because we've always been the target and we still are. But y'all turned a blind eye. You ignored that the attacks never stopped. The injustice, the oppression, the disrespect, it's been constant. Let's be honest, because you've always believed we deserved it. But baby, we done with all the disrespect. And the second we said we're tired, we ain't carrying y'all anymore, the disrespect starts flying. And the way you've always felt comes bubbling to the surface. And baby, y'all just forgetting to be nice. Now y'all downright nasty. And it reminds me of the same rhetoric that white people have been spewing for decades. The moment Black Americans stopped working for free, somehow we became lazy. And the whole world believed the bullshit, the ignorance. If y'all hate us so much, leave us alone. Get out of our communities, stop stealing our culture, and keep our names out your mouth. We've respectfully supported your business while you smiled in our faces and talked behind our backs. And in return, we've got nothing but disrespect. All we've ever asked is respect and solidarity. You better be glad that's all we've ever asked for, not revenge, because we'd be well within our rights. Respect and solidarity. And apparently, that's too much. So now we're saying it loud for the people in the back. Leave us the hell alone and stop using us to unload your frustrations about being oppressed in a place you chose to come to. We are not the enemy. We didn't create the oppressive systems. And somehow we keep getting blamed while fighting for our very lives in the same system that we've been oppressed in. But the days of no reciprocity, baby, they're over. And it's not up for debate. Use your energy to fight the real enemy. And it sure as hell ain't Black American. Now y'all have a good one. Happy Black History 365. And we'll see you next time.
I can't even have a conversation with anybody who's talking about we about to be deported. You know what I'm saying? Black people have been through everything imaginable in this country, and they can't do nothing more to us than they already done. Every year they give us something different. Support LGBTQ. Go vote. Go stop Asian hate. Now it's Black and brown unity. You know what I'm saying? They always telling niggas to do something, but we don't never do nothing for ourselves. Where's our reparations? Where's a hate crime bill? And why celebrities ain't speaking on this? They helping the other side. Damn, like, come on, man. You can't make this shit up when you can't make it make sense. Picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture. Most of these public
Scientists argue out of Africa, out of Asia, and out of America. But think about it. Land doesn't lie. Indigenous people are telling people we've been here. Yet y'all are tracing DNA that we all know isn't official to track people back to Africa. Maybe the truth is bigger. Maybe there's many different origins/birthplaces of people. But ask yourself, who benefits from saying America is not the cradle of life?
By being forced to build the very system that oppressed us, Black America developed.
This is one of the best explanations I've ever heard, and I urge you to go back and listen to this creator's full content. It is just mind-blowing. I want to add to that, because what basically she's saying really quickly is that, because we were never allowed as Black people to have a chance to be included or assimilated, but because we were forced to build and interact alongside and within this system we know inside out, and we know white culture inside out. And if you think about it, like anybody who has been a servant, or been a butler, or been a maid, or been a secretary, or been an assistant, so think about it, like we have all the knowledge of not only the physical environment, but the psychological environment, the social environment, to make us be able to exist on our own. I would like to add one thing too. I can't think of any other culture that had to take a. Remember, we've been here since 1600s, black people, and there's been free blacks in the United States since the late 1600s, actually. So you have to remember that there was a thriving black middle class and free blacks that had been around throughout while people were enslaved as well. And what I find amazing and mind-blowing is that after the Civil War, none of those people got help from the government for the most part, either the formerly enslaved or people who had been free. But what the black community had to do was merge the two very different populations. We got free, educated blacks who were, surviving for the first 100 years of this country, and then you had the enslaved, some who were illiterate, some who had no hygiene, some who had no training, some who were treated like animals, and you had to take those two populations, and they all ended up, when the Emancipation Proclamation happened, they all ended up homeless and jobless and mostly illiterate, and you had to merge those two populations into the black community. And so not only does the black community understand the dominant white culture, because we not only built everything, but because we had to interact on such a social level, raising the children, being essayed, you name it, and then also being servants, but also merging our two cultures, where you have two cultures who are kind of really desperate. Like the free blacks are like kind of a community, and then you have enslaved people who are coming from all over, and we merged the two. And we merged the two pretty well. I mean, we still have remnants of everything, of course, but you think about it like that these two communities that were really not that, the only thing they shared was shared oppression. We merged that, and we merged that on our own. We built schools, we built churches, we built communities, social organizations, Greek organizations, you name it. Black Panthers created kindergartens and, Head Start and, free breakfast, and there's all these things that we have done to help ourselves get afoot, because really after the Civil War, the majority of the white population thought that the enslaved people would just die out. They really did. They just thought that they couldn't cope being free, and they couldn't handle it and take care of themselves, and they thought they would just die out. That's why we got so little help. They forgot about the existing free blacks who were also middle class and educated, who brought them into the fold, and we unified, for the most part, our community. And what this content creator is basically saying is, because of our unique position, even within the black diaspora, that is our strength. And I agree with her. And I just wanted to add that this strength of also melding in those who we didn't expect to meld in, and melding those two communities together is amazing. And also, any interracial couple before, when interracial laws and all that were highly in effect, often especially in the black church and schools, we also brought in those people, the white people who had married a black woman or a black man and had children, because nobody else would take them. So we also have, if you look at any Greek organization or any HBCU, they've always opened their enrollment to anyone. So we have also, as though we're trying to be take care of ourselves, we've also never excluded, if that makes any sense. Yes, there's been some exclusion on some social things in terms of, but I won't talk about that, that's different. But in general, everything was open to everyone, and who wanted to go, and that's a strength that I think we are harnessing right now, and I think it's a strength that we need to remind ourselves that we can harness. And it's so nice to see the Black Scottish saying hello, and I think the Black Brits are coming around. The black diaspora across the world, that's why I love what this content creator is talking about, because that is why we are so separate, because it was designed for us to stay separate and to see each other as others. And because, like, you just got to watch the whole thing. Like, African states were offered independence, but they offered, identity. We weren't offered an identity as black Americans. We created our own, we forged our own, we demanded our own, and we fought for our own. So that, within that strength and that ability and that force, comes a creativity and instinct for survival that is unmatched. And if we can harness that and continue to harness it as we have been, I'm not going to say we'll be fine, but I'm putting my money on us, and I'm putting my money on this kind of ingenuity, this thinking out of the box. I could go on and on about the types of music that have changed, the way even spoken word is changing, even the way people jump rope. We think out of the box because we have never been totally brought into having to go within the constraints of the society that is dominant. And again, please watch this creator. It was like a TED Talk. It was like amazing, and I am a huge fan now. I had never discovered it before, but now I'm a huge fan, and I really loved everything she was.
Well, yeah, guys, we have come to the conclusion of this video. Black Americans cannot be erased. They cannot be silenced. They cannot be written out of history, no matter how hard America tries. Why? because the very foundation of America rests on black Americans' backs. America was built from nothing, and it was black Americans who turned that nothing into the wealth, the culture, and power the world sees today. From the beginning, enslaved Africans were forced to clear the land. They were forced to build the plantations. They were forced to pick the cotton and also fuel the economy that made America rich. Cotton was king, and it was black labor that made it possible. Wall Street, the banking system, even the White House itself they are all standing today because of black blood, because of black sweat, and because of black tears. But it doesn't stop with labor. Black Americans didn't just build the physical structure of America. They built its soul, the music, the style, the language, the rhythm, the creativity, the innovation, jazz, hip-hop, gospel, R&B, even the slang and culture people use daily. These are gifts from black America to the world. Yet, too often, credit is stolen, credit is erased, credit is watered down. Every attempt to silence black Americans has failed. Yeah? From slavery to Jim Crow, from redlining to mass incarceration, every system built to erase them has only proven their resilience. Instead of being erased, black America have stood taller, they have spoken louder, and influenced more than anyone who could have ever imagined. And now, in 2025, we are still watching the same games being played. Erasing history from school books, attacking black voices, gaslighting the truth. But here's the fact: black Americans are America. You cannot erase the very people who built the foundation. You cannot silence the truth when it is written in every brick, in every song, in every movement, and every piece of culture that redefines this country, America. Yeah, guys. So let it be known that black Americans can't be erased. They cannot be silenced or forgotten. They are the builders, the innovators, and the heartbeat of America. And until this nation gives them the recognition, the respect and justice they deserve, America will never be whole. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video. And this video is meant for educational purposes, commentary purposes as well, and also entertainment purposes to people who may be entertained. Thank you so much. And also we give credit to all the original creators of the video. Have a nice time, guys. Be blessed. Kindly subscribe, comment, and like and share. Thank you so much. Bye bye.